Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. I am your host, Zach, and today we are revisiting the bug out bag build. So let's take a look at that today on Airborne Outdoors. So we'll just take it step by step, guys. We started with the 511 Rush 24 backpack as our main kit. Just looking over all the items on the floor, we have that the Pendleton Queen blanket, wool blanket. So that is folded in half, and you can see how big it is. It's all the way to where I am and past me. So we're looking at that bag. We have the Becker BK9 Combat Bowie knife. Very big knife. Good at processing wood and chopping off limbs, and of course it has its limitations. And we also have that Becker BK14 in there as its small little backup knife for gutting and carving and filleting or whatever. We have that large Arcturus 8.5 by 12 tarp, very heavy duty. It's just gigantic, takes up a large portion of the main compartment in the pack, but I still feel that it is worth the investment to carry that large piece of kit to affect the shelter building. And then along with that, we have that SOL sport utility blanket. I kind of switch out some tarps in and out on what I'm deciding to put in here, but that's just what we got in here right now. Tried to kind of lay out the items like there's my water kit, my Pathfinder bag. So then we have the Pathfinder cup and lid with the bail hook on there. Kind of tried to show the options with the stove underneath there, which works awesome. When you want to just boil up 1 cup of water in there and just a small little fire concentrated inside that grill, it works great. And there's that 40-ounce clean canteen single wall, so you can put that on the fire too. And then attached to that Pathfinder bag, we have that Maxpedition cocoon pouch. And I just got four small tin kits. 2 of them are just candles, homemade candles I built. Being in the winter here, I kind of I believe in the candles getting dark early for light and heat and comfort in that shelter. And then the 2 other tins are empty right now, but all 4 of them fit in that cocoon pouch perfectly. And I'm thinking about putting in seasonings or even food items, maybe rice or cocoa wheats or something like that, who knows. And then along with that bag, that front pouch has my fire kit in there. We got the Tender Quicks and the matches and the those fire discs. We got the Exotac lighter case. Got a pack of zip ties that fit on the side there, and then I have my signaling tape in there as well. That other small Maxpedition pouch attaches to the front of that bag, and that just has my Gorilla tape in there. That one, I just love having that easy access on the outside for, especially for first aid when you need it quick. Most of these things are unpacked. I didn't completely unpack this pouch, but we looked at it before, and that's kind of my admin and repair pouch. So, we got the waterproof paper and pencil or pens and the whistle in there, the signal mirror, the magnifying lens, and then that big repair kit's in there too. So that is a pretty complete kit right there as well. And moving along, this Maxpedition, or is this Condor, just an admin pouch. It's empty, but I have it attached to the outside of the side of that bag as well, in the front there. And it's to remind me that that's my document bag, to grab my passport, any papers I might need. It's kind of a pouch that says, hey, this bag isn't complete. You might need to grab some things and throw it in there. Going along with that shelter, I didn't mention that multi-purpose rain poncho. It's just that disposable, quick and easy. Usually keep it on that front pouch, just easy to grab, get out of the rain, and warm me up. It has that Mylar on the inside. Something I don't think I mentioned when I went through the bag last time is that small SAS survival guide. Maybe I did, but we have that. Have a small hank of paracord there, maybe just 10 feet or something to quickly grab. Same thing, kind of easy on the outside pouch, along with them dude wipes. Just stuff that you might want to grab quickly when you need it. Some things we added to the bag since we went over it last time. I had that slingshot rubber band there, but I added in, just because it's so lightweight and compact and takes up no space, is that bowstring. So you can cut yourself a nice bow and string it up, and then to go along with that, that arrowhead too. I don't know if I'm going to cut down that piece of plastic, but that just has that arrowhead, just one single arrowhead in there. And then some more of the tools. We have that Baco Laplander saw and that Mora knife, Garberg. Just a great little stainless steel knife. So those are pretty small but useful tools. I have 4 stakes there. And after a couple bug out practices now, yeah, those come in handy big time. Might even want to add a couple more. Along with the tools, we have the full 100 feet of paracord there. Over 100 feet of number 36 bank line. We got that 36-hour survival candle. Went with the Sawyer Squeeze, not the Sawyer Mini, but the Sawyer Squeeze. So it's more the full-size version. Got 2 bags in there. Got your filter, got your hose and your plunger to clean it out. Got that aviation signal panel. Again, not as humongous as the VS17 panel, but still very functional. Mosquito head net. Got a bunch of the Grimlock type where you can hook that onto the tarp and then you string your 550 cord through that cam lock there, and just makes it quick and easy for like to tighten up your ridge line, or you got it on the 4 corners of your tarp, or even 6 corners, where you can make all the adjustments you need. It's kind of up in the air if I like those or if I want those in the kit, because it's getting pretty loaded out, and so far I like them. There's just part of my electronics kit with the power bank and the cord. It's kind of a cheaper, smaller, older power bank, so I may be upgrading that. I have 2 or 3 other ones, 1 smaller and 2 bigger, but that's just one thrown in there now. Something I missed in my kit when we went over it last time is this second poncho. We showed the one in my butt pack, but this one, it was in the side pocket of the pouch. That the one side pocket was empty, and then I forgot the other side pocket had this poncho. So it's a decent military style poncho, maybe $35, $40 range. So it's no $150 poncho, but it's definitely full size and waterproof and capable of throwing it over your head and having that hood on and then buttoning up the sides, getting over your backpack, keeping those things dry. So some of the lighting options here had that little ammo pouch there that had that tactical flashlight. That's just strapped right on the outside. Something easy to grab. And then also on the top of the backpack in like the sunglasses pouch, I keep that Husky L-shaped flashlight that also, folds around to be straight. And then we got that Petzl E-Light headlamp, just a small, lightweight, great little headlamp with a couple different options and flashing red and stuff. And then I did pick up some spare batteries for that, just the 2032 button batteries. So now we have a lot more lighting options. And like I said before, that Husky comes with that extra battery pack there. It is a rechargeable battery in there that can recharge with that battery pack. So we have some options there. Same schmog, just a big old piece of cloth. Something I threw in was some wool socks, and we'll get to some more of the clothing options. There's my little more upgraded compass. I don't have what is that other compass? This is a TrueArc 3, yeah. So let's keep scrolling along. Here's my pot. And so in the pot, it fits kind of a lot of things here. You got those 2 bowls and some extra silverware and a cup. In that cup, you can make you've got 3 packs of tea, coffee, sports drinks for the electrolytes, some hot seasoning type stuff for some nasty food, more electrolytes here, which we have some more in another part of the kit. Couple extra fire options as far as another lighter and stormproof matches that all fit in there. And then something I think I forgot to show because it was under the bowl is I got that little firebox in there, which I think there is a video on the channel of me using this exact combo when I was up camping. Might have been using the smaller bowl, I can't remember, but it was one of these. And it works great. Same thing, it's so easy to just get a fire going in there. And then it's just so concentrated and just so easy to maintain and control with just tiny little twigs. And you can cook some food and boil water in there very quickly. And so, moving on to the next part. Again, this is like a Maxpedition utility pouch that just has kind of my junk bag. And again, I just have a bunch more of those electrolytes because I really believe in these things. Just quick dissolving. You don't need to put them in water. You just pop this open and take one of them, and just let it dissolve in your tongue, and you are good to go. Get your salts in you, because especially if you're bugging out and you're not eating right, as long as you can get some water, those electrolytes will be doing you great. So we got some spare batteries here for I don't even know if I have anything in here right now for these spare batteries, but they always come in handy. Have the water tabs. This is an unopened pack, but they do expire. But these are starting to get old. But I know those are a great way to disinfect your water. We don't have a ton of like Cryptosporidia and Giardia in Minnesota rivers if you Google it, but better safe than sorry. So you got the germicidal bottle there, and then you got like the neutralizer bottle. And like I talked before, using that schmog or whatever cloth you have to pre-filter that water and get all the dirt out, and then you can make sure you kill all the bacteria and stuff in there too. And then in that pouch, extra fire again, lighters and matches, some earplugs, chapstick, couple just light my fire spoons that were just lightweight and fit in there. Another water option, just something quick and easy. Keep it dry so it doesn't freeze, and then when you use it, just make sure to throw that in your pocket. Keep that warm in the winter so that cartridge doesn't freeze on you. Threw in that just a quick little easy Smith's knife sharpener. So you got your ceramic and your fine blades there, and then you've got the rod there to help you out. Got that small hygiene kit. There's the paracord. Something extra I threw in there. Maybe we'll look at. It's just this is something I've had packed out for years, and it's like a little junk drawer, I call it. Just got a little bit of everything in there as far as just little nails and screws and eyelets and paper clips, and there's just, I don't want to dig it all out. There is quite a few decent sized nails on the bottom there to help you out as far as building shelters and stuff like that. So that is the main bag there. So that all fits. Oh, I didn't mention the food there. I got the three humanitarian relief meals. So each one of those bags is 24 hours of calories. So it's right around 2,000 calories. I think it's even slightly above on average. They got different menus, but if you've done your research, like I can see menu 1, 5, and 3 right there, they're all about the same. They all have the identical like cookies and snacks in them, and the only difference is like the peas with tomato sauce or the lentils. They're all what do you call it? They don't have meat in them. They're all like vegetarian so that they can feed anybody in the world with them. So that's kind of the kit overall. As far as things that, now that I've done a couple bug out practices, I have a couple items off to the side here, and one of them is that big Spetsnaz shovel that we looked at before. That, man, would I love to have that to dig out the snow and dig around the shelter and clear out items. And like I said, it works great as a hatchet too, so it could be something maybe we switch out that big knife and just say, hey, we've got that smaller knife there anyway, and we don't really need that big knife because we'll use this shovel. But then also using those smaller saws to cut wood is just so much more labor intensive if you have to cut a lot of it, which you would if you really were surviving out in the wild. And then also that Z-fold mat, that I have this big old Pendleton wool blanket here strapped to the bottom. So I'm curious if I can get that Z-fold mat like strapped to the top maybe even with that saw in there or something like that, because these items, I mean, if you just look at these 3 items, they're not that very big in themselves, and man, they are killing it in the outdoors for usefulness, you know, especially that bow saw. You know, and don't underestimate that Z-fold mat in the winter in Minnesota, being able to get off that cold ground right away. So that's everything in the kit, guys, but don't forget that all that stuff was probably up to about 30 pounds now, because I added them socks, some more of them Grimlocks, a couple of Arrowhead, and you know, I didn't add too much stuff, but I might have added a pound of stuff. So, and then we had the butt pack over here that was right about 6 pounds. So I showed that whole first aid kit in another video. That's still in there. The dude wipes, I might even buy a brand new and really full, you know, totally full, because there's a few out of there. We got that Leatherman Surge. Let me say it right this time. And it's got its extra tool on the side there, so you can put the saw or the file. But this is just a great multifunctional tool. It's a little heavy, but for this kit, I think it's worth it. Got an extra piece of cloth in there. Got my bug spray in there, along with that that extra head net. Because like I said, this kit may be for not just me, but also my wife and child, and depending on the situation, if I'm bringing them all out, or if I'm just going out and leaving them home and then coming back for them, or what. But just something to think about and look at. So we got that extra sleeping bag, and emergency sleeping bag in here, go along with that poncho. And then something else, I did attach an extra stainless steel canteen onto the side here. It's not great. It's not great, but it does work. As far as how it attaches and how it hangs on my body, once I get it on and get it all strapped tight, it works. I put that on, put the bag on, walked around a couple miles outside. You know, it can be done. I haven't done a bug out with this bag yet. It's a bit much. A lot of it, you know, I probably wouldn't be using on just a one-day little let's practice this bug out. But that's why I practice with just minimal amount of gear. Like, let me just go out with and just see if I can set up a lean-to and start a fire. Like, I really don't need all this stuff to just practice those things. But last but not least, kind of my favorite part of the kit is this, the upgraded survival kit that I put in there. First I had that small tin, and then I kind of decided on a couple different ways, and I went with this. I already took the 2 rubber bands off, so of course we got some uses for some strong rubber bands. And then of course this is another cook pot to go along with that other one. But you know, this could be because we're out on a scouting mission and we're away from camp, and we set up a shelter, and you know, we're just sticking out for a while. We got a way to start a fire in here, and I think I made a video on this kit already. I'm pretty sure I did. The channel's pretty new. I don't even know if I can link videos in the description to this video, but if I can, I will. And because this is a really cool kit, has all kinds of stuff in there. Got it all organized in different baggies and different categories. You know, like there's my little signal navigation baggie, and there's my little instructions baggie, and we got some tin foil and coffee filters in there, and just a pretty complete kit. There's like there's a little fire kit with the lighter and the matches, and a little ferro rod and birthday candle in there. It's just a small little fire kit, but it would definitely get a fire going. And I did throw the mag bar in there. That was something new. And so, yeah, I mean, we got water filter straw in there, and pencil and paper, and we just got all kinds of goodies in there to go along with that butt pack kit. Kind of, that'd be like my scouting kit. When I was going to make it a separate, smaller first aid kit, but then since I have such a hard time packing everything in that bag, I was like, let's just put this in the butt pack, and that butt pack can just stay on you, and you always got your first aid. You always got some shelter and some water, and you know, and then you got this kit. It's just live out of that, you know. As far as starting fire and gear repair and navigation and signaling and all that stuff. So guys, let me know what you think. Still, let's just call this bug out bag build 1.0 still, but maybe 1.0 plus. as far as I just added a few things. I haven't really substituted anything out or made drastic changes yet. You know, I just forgot to show that grill last time. Forgot to show that poncho. You know, we added the wool socks. And so that's it, guys. That's the kit all laid out together. As far as I'm concerned, it's pretty good. It's pretty complete. You know, I got some tips like, hey, take those down. You know, break those bags down and save some room. And I probably could, but just because I don't want to break them up, I actually have like cases of them broken up already. So, I mean, I could do that and I could save a little room. I get it. Because I definitely don't need 3 just big plastic bags that are, you know, there are some air pockets in there and I could zoom it down a little bit. But I understand that idea for sure. And then, oh, the one thing I missed was the base layer. I added the wool socks and then a base layer top and bottom there. I don't even have the bottom right here. This isn't even the base layer set I usually have in here because I just threw them in the wash because I had them on when I did my bug out practice the other day. But just so you know, that's in there. And there's some organizational pockets in there that help to put those kind of things. I got the wool socks in one and the hoodie in the other. And all right, guys, let me know what you think. Leave some comments. Oh, speaking of that, so thankful, you guys, that I think we passed up about 165 subscribers. Brand new channel, just starting out. Former paratrooper, just trying to enjoy the outdoors and bug out bag build. So I hope you will please consider to support the channel with a subscription. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I think the best you could do to help me right now is to just subscribe to the channel. Help me get up to that 500 as soon as possible. I'm hoping within the next couple months we can hit 500. It's a new experience. It's fun. We're loving it. Hope you guys will love it, and I hope you will come back and check me out again on Airborne Outdoors.